everyone. So today I'm going to show you a technique that's called Momigami. And it's a traditional Japanese technique where you knead paper until it's fabric-like. And I got to thinking, I make all these coloring pages and it's nice to have like a book on your coffee table or whatever that you can flip through. But really, what am I going to do with them? So then I thought, well, why don't I do some Momigami and make them into fabric-like paper that I can use in my art journaling. Now, I didn't have the right starch on hand. There's a particular starch you're supposed to use, but I figured starch is starch. So I looked up the properties of it and it said that it was like a gelatin-like consistency starch. So I looked up alternatives for that and I kind of looked around my house to see what I had available. And what I had available was guar gum. And you can get it for like 100 grams of it for $5 on Amazon, Canadian. And it goes a long way. So I made up this solution. It's like a gelatiny, sort of a jelly consistency. And I think I added way too much guar gum to my water. So I used about a cup of water and I used a teaspoon of guar gum, but that was too much. So I would even do like a 1/4 teaspoon of guar gum to a cup of water and then add more guar gum as you go to get a gelatiny like consistency. You want it to be kind of the consistency of yogurt, like not the Greek yogurt, but the regular sort of type of yogurt. And what you do, well, first I'll show you the examples I made. So this is one of my coloring pages and I think it turned out really nice. The back looks really cool too. It was one of those ones that had black on the back and the colors came through really nice. So that's really interesting. But I do like the front too. I'll use it in my art journaling. This was a page from a Look and Find book that my kids didn't use anymore. It was glossy. It was shiny, glossy, and really thick. So it works on really thick paper. Like you can see that it's nice and solid. Like I can pull on it and it's not going to tear on me. And it's quite soft. You can see, you can squish it up. And I think this would be a really cool background or adding elements to your art journals or mixed media projects. This one my daughter actually did. She's 7, so it's a great project to do with your kids too. She ripped it a little bit as she was going because you have to be fairly gentle once you add the guar gum paste to it because it does rip fairly easily. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So you take your guar gum solution and I'm just going to use a piece of patterned paper here. And to start with, you don't want any guar gum. You just want to fold your paper and make a bunch of folds to kind of start it off. Otherwise, it will rip. So fold it willy-nilly and fold it kind of until you can't fold it anymore. And then open it up gently and fold it different ways. And this is just kind of conditioning the paper and loosening up the fibers so that when you do add the guar gum, you don't have to fight with it as much. Okay, so now that's pretty good. So open it up, take your guar gum, and I just use my hands. You can use a paintbrush too if you don't like gooey things on your hands, but your hands are going to get gooey anyway. So take some guar gum and I rub it onto my paper to kind of coat it all over, and then flip it over and do the back as well. And then take whatever excess guar gum you have and just scoop it back into your container. And it doesn't matter if you have some extra on your hands. You're going to knead it in. Okay, so now you take the paper and you gently start crumpling. And it's going to be really sticky to start off with. You may want to let it dry for a little bit before you start crumpling. But if you're gentle about it, you should be able to start right away. And then you squish it, you unfold it. You squish it, you unfold it. Until it becomes the consistency of fabric. And what's cool about this is you can actually sew on it. I've seen other people on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else I get my inspirations. They've actually made little books and things out of it, and they've done embroidery on it. So yeah, it's pretty sticky right now. I think if you're going to use a thinner paper, let it dry first. Not totally, but just until it's damp. So anyway, that's the gist of it. I'm not going to sit here and squish paper for you to watch the whole time. That would be boring. But my idea was that to use all of my coloring pages, because I mean, I'm not a trinket person. I don't really want to have a coffee table book. That's not really my style. So other than storing them away, I wanted to repurpose them into something that I would use. So that's where this technique comes in. You can keep going with that, but like I said, your coloring pages make really good additives for your art journals and mixed media. So I hope that helps somebody, and thanks for watching. Keep coloring, keep creating. Bye!